Hi guys, Mr. Jaeger here, and welcome to yet another battle. This time we are in the deep of it, and just gonna go with this, and we're cutting the music, because you know what it's like. So, we are about to have a massive fight with an army that we're about to intercept, though I have a suspicious feeling they were being sent to attack us, or were sent to potentially raid some of the territories, or just move into position to do some rather nasty damage. And just in case, more for my own sanity, I have actually remembered to put the difficulty up. For some reason, every time I load this game up, for anyone who doesn't know, it resets the difficulty, and it resets the sound settings and everything, so I have to constantly adjust that for this campaign. I don't know why. But anyway, we will now enter into the fray. So in the last episode, we did a few things. Primarily just beginning to push the lines out a bit, trying to finish off things in Spain, as well as ensuring complete dominance in that region. We're close to complete capitulation in the Spanish theater, which is great, and I think we are in the process of slowly breaking through on the northern half of India, but it is still awkward, to say the least. Right, so we're having a standard deployment battle. Why is it whenever I ambush people, they have a nice fair deployment zone, but if I get ambushed... Alright, let's have a look, see. I mean, to be fair, this is pretty damn good ground in terms of artillery. All of the guns ready and raring to go. The only downside is that they're on the left-hand side of the map, but then again, I don't think this map is very big, is it? No, it's not huge. Right, anyway, we need to... and of course we can't deploy that far, so... Not the most free-flowing of maps, I will admit. I'll take the damaged units and tell them to... Okay, there's a lot of damaged units. Okay, well, you should be fine. You should be fine. You and you should be fine. Instead, you guys will watch the flank. You. Try and set up a decent line over here. And then you, and you will form up a defensive line over here. You boys will act as backup to the left flank. Cavalry will form up over here, I think, because there's... I mean, it's a nasty uphill area here. Actually, no, I'll form you up on the left because there's a... Well, I was going to say a wide open field, but it turns out not to be the case. But there is a downward slope. So that is something that I at least can take advantage of. Okay, so apparently we can't do subtleties. I mean... It's pissing it down, which is not great. So, damn this weather, sir. Wet powder makes misfires a certainty. But, right. Angle into this defensive slot here. They probably can get up there. So I'm not gonna take the piss, but I am gonna try and anticipate a slightly shitter position. Cavalry will take a defensive position onto the left. The main reason why I'm going for this army is, well, we're still applying the war of attrition onto the Confederacy. So we need to try and destroy their armies, and the good news, if this can be considered good news, is that a large portion of this army is mostly melee. Well, a large part of this army is melee. So There are a couple of elite units, like the Tiger Guards. And I am a little concerned over the camel gunners, but really it's the infantry with their big fancy pants swords. It's their infantry with the swords that I'm like, yeah. Me no like. We get 114th Lancers with their camel gunners. That's actually a really cool looking line. Camel on the side. Huh. That's a good defensive position, though I am curious as to what they're hoping to achieve. I mean, I'm setting up as much as they're setting up, but they haven't got a cannon. If I fuck around, I can get my ass beat. But we just need to see what we can do. I think that the topography really... I mean, it's giving them all the favors, which is fine. And should they decide, you know what, we're going to deploy... I think they're trying to deploy into the line. Like, I've pushed them into the back of the wall, and were this map a tad larger, I think we would have been able to see some serious, like, deployments. But I think the AI is kind of glitching out a bit, because it doesn't really know what to do, which is unsurprising. The AI in Total War not being very good. What is this? But what I am wanting to do... Pindal... Yeah, see, Pindari and Pindal, cavalry and infantry. I want to poke them. I need to destroy them. I need to slap them. And we're not going to achieve that by, you know... the thing is, I want to try... Well, I don't want... My main goal is I want to kill as many of the bastards as possible whilst limiting my losses. I know kind of do shit attritional warfare, but, like, the problem at the moment is that we're winning battles, which is great, but we can't advance afterwards. So while on a battle level we're winning, on a strategic level we're losing. Because it just keeps giving them more time to come up with stuff. Okay, first shot's been fired. And it's the Tiger Guards, of all people. And it looks like the Howies are going to have some fun, especially with their line deployment. Yeah, keep deploying all your dudes in a single fucking pack core. Thank you. I love you. That is some severe destruction right there. Doesn't look like you can walk up towards there. No, it doesn't. Yeah, that's a perfect barrier. Can you tell them to shoot at the midline? That might encourage them to do some killing. Cavalry, move up to cover the flank. Actually, oh, that is destructive and wonderful. Seriously, sidelong army units. That's what quicklime was meant for. Knock over those camel groups. Disgusting, but beautiful. That is exactly what I want to see. Ah, shit. Go mad. I mean, once these dudes have taken care of those other dudes. About face. Come on. Withdraw. Push up. Put the cavalry into position, watching the overhang. Or if I go quiet, I apologize in advance. Come on, get them back, get them back, get them back. Good shit. Right flank could break. Break through into their lines. Go for it. Save those dudes. Right, that was definitely not the easiest of battles. Oh, and apparently we've lost sound for a second. There we go. Helpful. Or at least I'm losing sound for a second. GG. Right, what we got? Pikemen, not so fast on. Nuking these guys, I am fast on. I think the day's done, yeah. Now, that was good, but not what I was hoping for. Like, I think as much as that position was an advantage to me, there was just too many of the bastards for me to be able to completely isolate them. And I think that's the problem. Like... Musketeers, yeah. It's gotta be the Musketeers. Like, pikemen are one thing. I can nuke pikemen, no trouble. But, I mean, the camel gunners, like, cavalry come... Yeah, like, cavalry... Ooh. I mean, they're right fucking next... No. You've already committed. You've already committed. Get them where we can. They can have elite units, but... This is where I really wish I had the Lancers. They're really good at hounding dudes. Like... This is where I'm thinking. This is exactly the kind of victory I'm talking about. I've won the day. I'm forcing them back. I've inflicted casualties on them, but it's not a decisive blow. It's not something that completely cripples them. You know, like, I'm trying to think of battles in like the past. God, I can actually say there's so many with the legitimacy now. I mean, of more recent campaigns. Probably during the Chosokabe campaign, when I had that big bout over at... I mean, to be fair, the one more memorable one, which for some reason always still lingers in my mind, is the battle... Christ, was in my Attila... It was in the Attila campaign with the Spartans. When it was on... I believe it was episode 10, where we... Or maybe it was episode 12. I actually think it was episode 10, where we basically were fighting in the north of Italy. And it was in Segesta, and there was it was after that battle, the tide had turned, and I could finally kind of go, "Rah!" You know, and sort of batter them off, giving me a few moments of peace. I won't lie. This combat should be good, but I'm not killing enough units. I mean, the Cuirassiers are getting the most kills. Yeah, but I'd say killing routers is not exactly a most kills thing. These guys failed the fucking line. Where is it? The unit that had left with only a few dudes. Dudes with a few... Yeah, these guys. Who had, like, a shitload of dudes? Yeah, these guys. They held the line. I need to remember them. I mean, the main intention here is... Oh, fuck off. God fucking damn it. Let me guess. Yeah, Dietrick Herder. 42nd. And I'm going to come up against howitzers as well as... I mean, armed peasantry. I've never even heard of this cavalry. Zamindari. Okay. I don't recall encountering this cavalry before. Or if I have, it's been a very long time since I've seen these guys. Yeah, this is a proper army. Well, proper. Alright. I mean, the only good thing I can take from this is, and this is definitely going to be a hard one to fight. I mean, Dietrick Herder is definitely getting his fucking pension now. But at least, yeah, but the only thing I can hope for, in terms of, like, good news coming from this, is we are now finally in a position being able to, we are now finally in a position to... Okay, so we're on the defensive, so that's somewhat relieving. But where the hell can I defend from? I'd say this is a somewhat decent defensive line. It's relatively open with decent firing lines. One, two, three, four, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, gonna try and form up as best as we can. I'll pop these guys over there. You'll be on the defensive, but if there's a patch of woods I can hide you under. No, it looks like we're gonna have to corner camp a little bit today. Right. Okay, let's go. Actually, here. Now, normally, one could ask the question, you know, Jaeger, why don't you split your cavalry up? It's like, well, yes, you can flank with one cavalry, but, like, that doesn't give the ultimate middle finger punch that I desire from this combat. I want to be able to nuke the bastards with one solid smash to the right, like right-handed nuke, right-handed smack or left-handed smack. So, we're going to try and see if we can hold the line a bit. Definitely, if I can pull back Dietrick Herder, that'll be something. I think we're up against a commanding officer as well. Like an actual general, potentially. Yes. I mean, this is the advantage that the Mahara Confederacy has. They have the numbers to simply spam their target. This is probably how they won the war in the first place. They didn't have advanced technological capabilities that offset their manpower shortages. They just had the manpower shortages. And then as they established dominance in the region, they then teched up a bit. Which means that we're now not only facing an army that is more or less equal in terms of technology, but also an army that has manpower behind its side. And to be fair, there are certain benefits that they have that we don't, i.e. they have access to elephants, they have access to higher morale units. Even if they are melee, they are much higher morale than our dudes. The only thing that we have as in comparison to their armies is that our armies are more professional. They've got more experience. They are, on average, better in quality than they are over in the things. But that doesn't matter if you've got a ship. I mean, to be fair, it's one of those big arguments, isn't it? It's like, is it better to have better soldiers but fewer, or quality is better than quantity? It's like the old argument. I'm like, I'd say it's situational. Yes, quality will outmatch quantity, provided that the quantity is not utilized in a logical manner. Because just spamming naturally will cause the enemy to suffer ungodly levels of losses, and will obviously result in the inevitable casualty figures. But consistent pressure, utilized effectively at the right point, can overwhelm an army of highly trained soldiers, no matter how much discipline and quality and equipment that you can provide them. It's just basically trying to find the right place and the right time to get the enemies to crack. Once that's done, it's only a matter of time before the opposing forces begin to break completely. It's kind of the situation going on with the situation that's going on in India. We've got too many fronts scattered about, resulting in pretty high levels of... Well, we've got too many fronts scattered about at the moment, resulting in high levels of, or giving the enemy lots of opportunities and initiative to launch massive pushes with their giant armies and multiple stacks of armies, whereas my army is limited, but we are making victories. It's just, unfortunately, every victory we achieve they've battered us into submission, meaning that we can't really push, but they can't push us back. So it goes into a wonderful stalemate, which is a fucking nuisance. And I really want to, I really am honestly wanting to break out of this tit for tat sort of nonsense, because I don't know how many episodes we've recorded now of this. I mean, I know it's been a long time in terms of like recording breaks for me, but like for you guys who come to watch this in the future, you'll only notice it in like episodes or whatever. But this thing has been constantly a back and forth for a while now. You know, we've been at a deadlock for a while, so I want to break out. I want to break free. I want to kill all of the Indians inside of this fucking country. I want to break free. That kind of shit. Because it's just like, motherfucker. It's just so irritating. It's not like so irritating that I'm raging, but I'm just like, come on, just let me find a breaking point. Good start. You know, I really wish that would have counted, because that would have killed a horse. Or at least broken its legs. But yeah, like... Oh, come on, that would have done some damage. Just the ever fucking growing tide. Right, cavalry, start making a move to the right. I want you to be in position to counteract their artillery the moment we get the chance. Of course, they're going for my weak left. With all of their fucking cavalry. Typical. Target those, Actually, target of opportunity, nuke their commander. Oh boy. Yep, figures. Oh yeah, let's have a look at this cavalry. My god, they look fantastic. Right, incoming. Oh, fuck me. Yep. Double fucking time it. Jesus Christ. You gonna start shooting? I'm afraid to move these guys. Here they come. "14th Grenadier Regiment, you were brave bastards, but I fear you may be doomed. Your sacrifice will go down in history as the most legendary of legendaries." Nothing can be done. The only good thing I could see is that at least you'll be out of the battlefield as soon as possible. Right. Time for the... Ah, I see what you've done there. And unfortunately, they're already setting themselves up for heavy contact. Right. Move into position. Shit. Oh, those stupid bastards. They've given me a beautiful opportunity, and I will take advantage of it. Give them what for, lads. Good fucking shit with 38th. Readjust the line. Good shit, good shit, good shit, good shit. Punch a hole through those wankers. Thanks, dumb nuts. First the good butt. Cavalry. Cannon, ceasefire. How the fuck did you straddle those lines and not get massacred? Were you doing a bullshit again? Because I'm feeling like you were. Not so funny when someone else shoots at you, eh? It's the Tiger Guards as well. You've taken heavy hits, so that's not surprising. Murder those wankers. How many dudes are left? 4 out of 5. They may have one. They may have an occasional dude left, but why are you taking so long to shoot, you stupid bastards? Go. Is there a reason why you're not shooting? The Dumbo elephant. Yeah, he's not. He's still alive, sadly. I mean, we've won the day, but that could definitely have gone better. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Run, you fucking assholes! This is why I hate the fucking cuirassiers. They're so fucking slow. God almighty. They're good for a fight, but that's all they're ever good for. The problem is I want cavalry, not fucking slugs. We need to pull back with Dietrick Herder's army, though. Come on. Get out of your fucking turn already, you bastards. Okay, I am honestly surprised they didn't go for Gibraltar. I was expecting them to go for Gibraltar. Oh, you're like cockroaches. And I can't kill you fast enough. Motherfuckers. Right, most importantly, we need to resolve the situation in fucking Gibraltar. This cunt needs to go and kill this guy. You get the fuck back in there, you muppets. Get the fuck back in there. Like, we'll deal with these tosspots later. Wonderful. Right, they've got that territory. Okay, and of course I can't do anything with that shit. Right, pull back. Pull back with your units. You've done a great job in nuking the enemy, but unfortunately, once again, we're now forced into a defensive slot because we can't fucking build enough troops fast enough. And I can't advance because of the fucking population problem. You realize how much I hate the current situation with the population right now, don't you? Right, what was I converting you to? I believe... Oh, God, they've got fucking remnants all over the place. Right, I think you need to start recruiting more troops, and I think we need to start building some scavs armies or something like that. I don't know, just something that just works. I'm not asking for an army that does wonders, I'm just asking for an army that works. We've got reinforcements being produced inside the town. They're, we're building them up. Wait, that's a church. What are you? You're a boarding house, so I think you need to be a church. This area is currently just being a pain in the ass because these guys are currently being a pain in the ass. It's just... It's all over the fucking place, and it's just like the bastards won't... Like, the stratagems I am applying are not functioning to the satisfactory levels, and it's frustrating. It's like I'm stuck outside Hyderabad. Not because I can't do anything. Not because I won't be able to do anything. It's because every single moment I move up, the wankers just latch onto me like fucking leeches, draining my resources, and I'm unable to do any fucking thing. Question. You're making cannon. It's pointless making cannon. I'm going to just make troops over here. Instead, I'm going to have you make the cannon. So, it's... there you go. I realize the mobility would be great, but, like, I want the range. And I know there's going to be better... Like, I know the range of those things will probably be worse, won't they? Range 400, range... Wait, what? Are you serious? You know what? Let's try it, shall we? Let us try it. Let's try a 6-pounder horse artillery. The rapid mobility will mean that we'll be kind of hemmed in a bit, but... Right, you're currently more or less fixed. I just need you to start doing other things until... Well, you won't be able to do other things because... Alright. So we got something for that. So a bawdy house. Do we have a church? No, we do not have a church. But then again, we don't have the opportunity to make anything else, do we? No, not really. And this is the thing that's pissing off the locals faster than you can say, God, for God's sake. I either go for a conversion school, but actually I'm just going to go for a coaching in. Like, right, we got trading port there, trading port there, trading port there. Global trading company. So I think we need a fishing port. Because we can't have military shit, because it's over here. And also it's, you know, under the control of the enemy still. Just a smidge. They still have a large amount of income, and they still have a large amount of terrain. We just need to break the deadlock. I mean, we're breaking the deadlock in... Well, we're cleaning up in Europe. It's just, unfortunately, we have to clean up in Europe. Which is not always feasible. Oh, for God's sake. Fine. Don't earn any more fucking money from that lot until we can do something about it. This fleet needs to start doing something about that other fleet, which I'm going to have you hem him in English. That would be wonderful, but hey-ho. So, right, that's that going on. That could be peaceful there. This army needs to destroy that group, so he's fucked. You guys can just stay there. That's fine. Fix you up. That's fine. Like, I think once we resolve the situation in here, that I think will be a little bit more, you know, things will be a little bit more peaceful. At least the one would hope. And you're on strike because, of course, you are. Hyderabad, what a surprise. Though I think since murdering all of the rebels, that's fine. At Portugal, there's problems, but that's because they're assholes. More or less the case. We've got armies and dudes being set up over there. In Europe, things are progressing along relatively pleasantly. Some reason this army has not been repaired. I need you at top ship. I know what I said. Oh God, Emperor, help me if ever those wankers decide to kick off. I mean, I'm in a state of readiness for the Eastern Front, and we are building up currently. I mean, economically wise, we can afford to create a few armies. But... And once I've resolved the situation in Gibraltar, I can then finally start sending these dudes... Well, to be fair, this army is under Heinrich Hass is going to be heading all the way over to America to resolve the Nassau problem, as well as potentially expand our operations in here, but I doubt that very much. Oh, the Yank's taken that. It would appear to be the Yanks aren't doing anything else at the moment, which is honestly quite surprising. You'd think they would start doing something, but no. Yeah, we need to, like... I think the main thing we need to do is we need to rethink our strategy. I mean, I'm going for the war of attrition at the moment, and I think slowly but surely we are winning, but it's taking too long, and I keep being forced into a defensive, so I think I need to bring... What I need to do is I need to bring in a couple new armies, and I also believe I need to destroy the fleets. Like, I need naval supremacy. Oh, geez, you took a slapping. Are you currently keeping the fleet busy? No. Okay. Tell you what. You're repaired. You make your way back to port. How much does it cost? 6. Oh, and the port needs to be repaired, doesn't it? Because it's being fixed. Okay, that's fine. What are we facing off against here? 54 of the line. 54 of the line. 74, 74. There's a lot of ships over there. That's kind of scary. What I need to do is I need to establish naval dominance first. I think that's the first major goal, because if we can nuke all of their naval forces and prevent them from doing anything, I can then fully destroy... Yeah, I could then effectively neuter their capacity to fuck me over, because I think they keep tripping me up with their naval tactics, which means I can't redeploy stuff as quickly, which means I have to slug it out on the front lines, which these guys are suited to. I've taken a large portion of their turf, but in the grand scheme of things, they could operate like this indefinitely, and we could speak, and we're struggling, and they're starting to make, their ally is starting to make pushes against us in Afghanistan and Kabul and all that jazz. Yeah. Keep the peace. I don't want any more. Well, there's already a rebel group, aren't there? Yes, there are. But if we can force them to... Let me guess, you're converting the region back into the fold, aren't you? Slowly. Yeah, it's taking its time, but I think we can do it. Come on, 60%. You can keep trying. Make that bastard regret being alive. Right. You can start preaching. Nice. Get in. That is what I'm liking to see. I mean, unfortunately, these armies are now infesting this region rather royally. I probably should start recruiting more troops across the board, but I need to also maintain... I don't want to go too crazy and recruit too much. Sounds silly, but it's like we've got an economy to run, and I'm already building up troops in Europe for an inevitable clash. How long is it till I can get my... Oh, God. That's going to be a real problem, isn't it? I mean, this is going to be a big boon, I'm not going to lie. Having that is going to be a major stroke. Then there's obviously mass production, but, that's not something I can honestly say I'm overly keen on until... Like, at this point, there are certain technologies that I'm like, if I don't research it at the end of the campaign, it's not the end of the world. I mean, for example, the national census is probably something I'll probably want to go for next, but I want to get my main priority is people being happy. So... because then I could at least mitigate the issue of the fucking population issue. The economies and everything else would be great, but I also need to make sure, but that is something that I'm like, you know what? I'm focusing so much on finishing this campaign with a royal victory that I'm like, yeah, no. All right, anyway, it's... Yeah, there are the researching in this campaign, there are some things that I'm like, oh, I gotta get that. And then there's other things that I'm like, you know what? I'm okay. I'm not desperate. Right, so this army is going to be an experimental army with a change in artillery options. Because if they've all got the same fucking range, then I might as well utilize it and be like, right, have you go. Right, so the first thing I want to do is prepare for the next episode, because I think we're probably not going to have enough time to have a battle. But I definitely feel like, let's see, 54 ship of the line, 40 ship, 54 ship of the line. That's an admiral, and a 3-star admiral like that. They're just very small naval forces, but they can pack a punch. I think I need to focus on clearing out this sector, and once my second fleet becomes ready and ready and fit, I'll then spread them around and kind of do the... Well, now I've committed. But I think what I'll do is I'll do the same as they're doing to me, split the fleets up a little bit. Not too much, because again, I don't want to put myself in a vulnerable position like they have. But like, if I can nuke some of their fleets, force them to... nice. If we can force some of these fleets to, to burst out, then maybe I can do something here. But yeah, that's at the moment. I think I think I need to. I think the stratagem works so long as I can get some dudes on the ground. But I think my approach towards the attrition policy may need to change a bit, because it's like we are winning, but I'm not killing them fast enough. So I need to have like the same kind of I can spam as much as you can routine. So I need like at least another 2, maybe 3 armies in this region alone, plus another 2 armies here, and then they can hopscotch along to one another. I mean, again, I realize I've not talked about it in a while, and I'm not going to harken on to it because I've already talked about it far, far too much in the series. But I will say this. This whole stratagem of tactical changes is being mandated by none other than the fucking population problem. Because if I could just have a small garrison that would keep the people happy, oh, you bet your fucking ass I would have been all the way over to fucking Rajukapatana, no trouble. But because I'm having to keep my eyes, and also because I'm having to sit on so many fucking things, I have at least 2 or 3 armies unable to move because of the population problem, or the public order problem. That is literally, like, I've got nations and places that I've had since fucking over 50 episodes ago. Like this goddamn town. And it's like, the only reason why they're happy is because I have an entire almost 20 stack of goddamn militia. And then they're closely backed up by fucking other infantry as well. So that should a riot ever occur, oh, they're going to get gunned down. And it's like, and like this territory, I've had this territory for fucking months now, and years in the game, and yes, they are majority Catholic, but the conversion rate is far too slow, and the sheer fact of, hey, we're German, doesn't apparently seem to appeal to them. So it's just, one of the most frustrating features, and one of the main reasons why I'll never play this mod ever again. Because good fucking God. Anyway. Rant over, but fucking hell. This campaign easily could have been over by now, and it would have been less stressful. And I won't say that this campaign's been 100% unpleasant, because there have been some really fucking good moments. But they are not as common as I'd like them to be. God damn. Anyway, I will wrap this episode up for now. So I hope that you've enjoyed this episode, and if you did, let me know by clicking the like button and, of course, subscribing to the channel. Any feedback is always appreciated. I still respond to comments, and I still answer them wherever I can. And as well, even sometimes episodes like way in the past have come out, like episodes long since recorded and done, I'm still getting comments on those, and it's still awesome to hear that. So thank you all so very much for that, and I hope to see you in the next one. This is Mr. Jaeger signing out. Have a good one, guys.